head from Formidable.
This elaborately packaged box contains 2 orders bought from China. I put a deposit down for both items on the Bilibili store via Superbuy, paid the remaining amounts upon release, sent the 2 items together to CSS Buy, and from there, I sent the 2 items to the UK. Some of you are wondering, why didn't you just send them from Superbuy to the UK? Well, delivery costs from CSS Buy tend to be much cheaper than from Superbuy. So much so that a package with add-ons such as box corner protection and bubble wrap, for example, tends to be cheaper than a Superbuy delivery with no add-ons at all. If I had known about CSS Buy sooner, I would have waited till the items were in stock and ordered them directly via that proxy instead. Pre-ordering via CSS Buy isn't advised, as from what I've heard from some who have tried, they don't really handle pre-orders and tend to just cancel any you've requested. This time I didn't go with Surface Parcel, but rather EUB, a Chinese courier service which aims to deliver between 7 to 15 days. I do kind of miss the extra 16 quid I could have saved had I gone with Surface Parcel though. That money could have been used for way more important resources in my life, like 4 boneless chicken thighs and 2 sides from Nando's. Or I could just buy 15 chicken wings from Nando's. Yeah, you didn't come for the rambling, so let me just go ahead and open up this box.
Ultra Formidable and Apex Toru. 2 figures I've been waiting quite a while for, since they were both delayed. However, each had a different type of delay, which I will talk about in their individual reviews. Now, which should I talk about first? Here's an idea. Let's do a coin toss and see where we end up. Let's get head from Formidable and tail. Let's do heads for Formidable and tails, or lack thereof, for Toru. HMS Formidable, an illustrious class aircraft carrier, and one of the many Royal Navy maids in the game. She's great at being a maid, and she's a powerful aircraft carrier to boot. I mean, look at what she's carrying. I pre-ordered her from the Bilibili store for 1725 yuan. She actually got released in December 2022, but for some reason she did not reach Bilibili until February 2023. I admire Formidable. Maid girls in general are the death of me. And it's her original outfit and pose, so it was a given that I get her. Let's open her and see what she's packing. And by that I mean the box contents, you degenerates.
Golly, if this isn't a magnificent sculpture, a marvelous spectacle from top to bottom. The sculpt work and paintwork are top of the range here. All the identifiable fabrics on her, like the hair ribbons, corset, and especially the dress, have admirably sculpted folds that are even more convincing than the illustration. There's attractive shading on her, which gives the skin on her hands, face, and packages an overall healthy look. Her face is simple, yet features solid paintwork and sculpting on the lips and eyes. It portrays a 2D face in the 3rd dimension convincingly, as if she was originally a 3D creation, and this goes for both heads. The biggest standout of all are her stunning twin tails. The dynamic design of the hair gives the overall image of the figure an engaging aesthetic that would be a standout in anyone's collection. However, the design and spread of the hair does make the strands feel a bit fragile, and I do see some people chipping some parts of them off when transporting the figure. Or heck, getting it out of the box. The fighter aircrafts are painted and sculpted skillfully. Her turrets are simple yet deftly sculpted, even having a glossy finish on them, helping to present them as metallic and helping them to stand out against the other elements of the figure. The base is simple, yet well designed, while understandable as to why it does take up a bit of space on the ground. This figure is a masterpiece in design. I don't own every Alter figure out there, but this has to be one of the top 10 figures. And I'm simply astounded by the presentation. I hope they continue to develop masterpieces like this in the future. An easy recommendation to Azure Lane fans, and those that just like how she looks.
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is such a fun and fantastic series, and a tad bit raunchy. It's a great watch, or read if you're interested in the manga, though you should give the anime a watch. It's an amazing adaptation. Toru is such a fun and energetic character, and witnessing her try way too hard to get Kobayashi to fall for her is a blast.
I bought her from Bilibili for 849 yuan. She was slated for October 2022, but ended up releasing in February 2023.
The figure features her donning the maid outfit from her job at the maid cafe. In this attire, she's hiding the tail. So to all those whining about her not having a tail in this, watch or read the source material. This is expected. Okay, calm down. Let me just unleash the dragon.
Another great output by Apex Toys. I'm quite fond of Apex simply due to their quality output, and they continue to deliver with this awesome Toru figure. Toru came out great. We have quality painting, sculpting, and a few bits of shading here and there. Her head features are admirably sculpted and painted. The sculpting of the chewing gum open mouth and tiny nose look quality here. The hair and horns have lovely gradation on them, with the horns also having a glossy finish, making them stand out as a different texture to that of the rest of the body. A lovely touch. Her maid dress has been designed wonderfully. The patterns on the packages area and the frills on the skirts are well made. The arm sleeves are a good light black color, with a pretty design on each of the ends. That same design can be found on the choker. The thigh highs are great, and even feature some different shades. The shoes, similarly to the horns, have a gloss finish to them. I usually don't expect much shading, if any at all, on Chinese manufactured figures, but Toru over here has some present that I can't help but find admirable. It's primarily on her skin, particularly the areas connecting to pieces of clothing. It makes it feel healthier and much more vibrant. Oh, and most importantly, her knickers. It's a simple plain white pair. Nothing fancy and quite bland, but well sculpted and painted regardless. Good thick thighs on Toru too.
The beauty doesn't stop at Toru herself though. We have a cute wooden signboard advertising the main dish of the day, onigiri, and it's an adorable illustration of one too. The signboard itself has realistic wooden markings and good looking gradation on the ends and corners of it, making it feel authentic and fitting for the scene. Speaking of the scene, we have the base, which is a simple wooden floor. It features authentic wooden texturing and marks. The potted plant is similar with the shading on the ends and effective leaf markings.
The omurice looks decent, nothing out of the ordinary. I won't be salivating for that broccoli anytime soon, but it's serviceable. The sculpt of the rice on the frying pan being in motion is also epic, and the frying pan itself has a gloss finish, making the steel feel effectively portrayed.
They all make for a very warm and welcoming piece.
It's a lovely creation overall. Only nitpicks from me are how flat the face looks from the front and side. I don't feel the roundness of a normal head coming from her face. And granted, it's not really necessary. Overall, she is a great figure. Definitely a recommendation if you're into Toru at all, or if you're into maid girls.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button. No outro yet, so